Welcome to the IT Smart Guy podcast, a technology podcast aimed at the modern business owner. And here's your host, Tony Edwards. Hello and welcome to episode 33 of the IT Smart Guy podcast, the tech-based podcast for the modern business owner. My name's Tony, and in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the leak at Rockstar Games leading to the release of the highly anticipated GTA 6 trailer, job cuts happening at Spotify, and the 23andMe hack. We're then going to go on to the brain dump, and I'm going to talk about some changes coming to email in February 2024. The emails being sent from and sent to Google or Yahoo-based accounts. Then, as always, I've got a tip of the episode. So how about we jump straight into the news? Let's look at what's happening in the news. So, did you catch a sneak peek at the latest or coming instalment of Grand Theft Auto? The trailer for the highly anticipated blockbuster game got leaked, and Rockstar decided to drop it 15 hours earlier than planned due to a lower quality version circulating online. Now, the brief teaser spilled the beans. It's set in the Miami-inspired Vice City again, and for the first time since the 90s, we've got a female protagonist named Lucia. Or Lucia, however you want to pronounce it. The catch, we've got to be patient, it's not coming out until 2025. And this one follows up on GTA 5, the second best-selling video game ever after Minecraft. The rumours and leaks about GTA 6 have been swirling for over a decade, so the confirmation of a trailer has had gamers worldwide buzzing. The trailer itself is a wild ride. Racing cars, boat parties, and even a guy pulling an alligator out of a swimming pool. All set to the tunes of Tom Petty's Love Is a Long Road. Jess, aka Rage Darling, a gamer who usually streams multiplayer RPGs shared, if you're not at least intrigued by GTA, you're going to be a bit of a black sheep at this point because it's so big. She's particularly excited about the new female perspective, noting that GTA has traditionally been seen as a man's game. But there are still some burning questions that have been left unanswered. What consoles will it drop on? Well, we know it's going to be hitting the PS5 and the Xbox Series S and X, but no word on a PC version yet. Fans are also in the dark about who's voicing Lucia, or Lucia, however you want to pronounce it. The game publisher Take-Two Interactive spilled the beans on the console release, but have left us hanging on these details. So why the long wait for this game? Well, James Binns, chairman of gaming media firm Network N, suggests that it might have something to do with the huge success of GTA 5, which sold a fantastic 190 million copies worldwide. It's one of the biggest games in the world, highlighting the ongoing popularity of GTA Online. Interestingly, the December release of this trailer was timed to coincide with the 25th anniversary of GTA. The franchise, which was born in 1997 in Dundee, has been a hit commercially and critically, with its fair share of controversy, even raising questions in the House of Lords about violent content. And here's a bonus for you. Rockstar recently inked a deal with Netflix to bring some of its classics to the streaming giant's gaming service. So from December the 14th, GTA 3, Vice City and San Andreas will be available for Netflix subscribers on mobile devices. Awesome, right? From GTA 6 to more tech-based job cuts, this time from Spotify. Now, Spotify, the Swedish music streaming powerhouse, is slashing 1,500 jobs, which amounts to about 17% of its workforce. This decision, labelled as difficult by Chief Exec Daniel Ek, comes in response to a considerable slowdown in economic growth. With around 9,000 employees on board, Ek has emphasised the necessity of taking substantial action to right-size their costs to align with the company's objectives, acknowledging the incredibly painful impact it's going to have on the team. Now, Ek has openly acknowledged that many talented and hard-working individuals who have contributed significantly will be parting ways with Spotify. While the company has made staff cuts already earlier this year, these latest plans far exceed previous announcements. Now, in recent financial results, Spotify reported a profit of 65 million euros for the 3 months up to September, marking its first quarterly profit in over a year. This was driven by price increases and a surge in subscriber numbers. Despite recent positive results, Spotify is aiming to cut costs more drastically to enhance its financial standing. The company has been expanding globally with a goal of reaching 1 billion users by 2030. This is currently at about 600 million, up from 345 million in 2020. Spotify's lavish spending on business expansion and exclusive content, including podcasts by high-profile figures such as Michelle and Barack Obama and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, has been a hallmark of its strategy. However, Eck has admitted that not all of these endeavours have been equally successful. The job cuts affecting numerous employees will begin with notifications on Monday, providing affected individuals with about 5 months of severance pay, holiday pay, and healthcare coverage. These job losses add to the growing trend of layoffs within the tech industry following the boom during the COVID pandemic. Notable companies such as BT, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet have all announced workforce reductions, amounting to tens of thousands of jobs being lost. Now, in contrast, Apple appear to be the outlier. They're signalling a positive note by announcing plans to hire staff focusing in the AI sector. Now, my final news point for this episode is about a hack at a genetics company. So it turns out that hackers have managed to get their hands on personal information from around 6.9 million users of the genetic testing company 23andMe. What's wild is they did it by using old passwords that some customers just had lying around. Crazy, right? The compromised data is pretty hefty, including family trees, birth years, and geographic locations. The good news is the thieves didn't manage to get hold of any DNA records. Now, 23andMe, a big player in the ancestor tracing game, clarified that they themselves weren't hacked. It's just these cybercriminals cracked about 14,000 individual accounts, which is less than 0.1% of their customers, using email and password details that had been taken from other hacking incidents. Now, TechCrunch spilled the beans on this first, and according to them, these hackers are getting into those accounts, went on a spree, accessing a significant number of files about containing profile information about other users' ancestry. And not just that, they were big. They download not only the data from those accounts, but also private info about all other users connected through the sprawling family trees on the website. Now, this stolen data is a real grab bag. Names, connections, birth years, locations, pictures, addresses, and even the percentage of DNA shared with relatives. One batch of data that was taken has even hit the dark web, advertised as a list of folks with Jewish ancestry. But so far, there's no proof that these datasets have found any takers or are being used by any shady characters. Oz Alesh, I hope I've pronounced your name right, over at CyberSafe, a risk management platform, has said that the breach at 23andMe is a wake-up call for better cybersecurity habits. Weak passwords and no two-factor authentication is a recipe for disaster. Not just according to him, according to me as well. Now, 23andMe aren't slacking off. They are on it. They've notified all customers as the law dictates, and they're cracking the whip on password changes and beefing up account security. So, it's a bit of a roller coaster, but they're working to lock it down. That's it for the news this time. Let's go on to the brain dump. It's time for the brain dump. Okay, in the brain dump this time round, I want to talk about changes at Google and Yahoo regarding email. Both companies are implementing changes to email from the 1st of February 2024 that could impact your business. Now, there's a little bit to cover. I'm going to just give you the headlines. If you've got questions, feel free to reach out for more detail. But in short, the new guidelines revolve around email authentication. Do you remember me talking about that in a few episodes ago? So from February the 1st, the 3 key email authentication protocols, SPF, dkim and dmarc, will become mandatory. As I said a minute ago, if you listen to the show, you will have heard me talk about these in past episodes. Now, SPF, dkim and dmarc are like special ways to make sure that your friend or your business contact knows that what you're sending them is really from you and not from someone pretending to be you. Sender policy framework is like a permission slip for your email. It says, hey, only certain people are allowed to send emails on behalf of you. So when your friend or colleague gets the email, they can check that permission slip, the SPF record, to really make sure it's from you. Domain keys identified mail, dkim, is like a secret code on your email. Before you send it, you put a special mark on it. When your business contact or your friend opens that or gets that email, they can check that the mark is there to make sure it's the same one you put on it. It's like a special secret personal signature to show that it really is you that sent the email. And then dmarc, domain-based message authentication reporting and conformance. It's like the postmaster. They're making sure everything is in order. It says, I want the email to have the permission slip and the secret code to be extra sure it's from this person. If not, let me know. If someone tries to send an email pretending to be you, dmarc helps your friend's mail system to tell the postmaster, the dmarc, about it. So in simple words, these 3 things work together to keep your emails safe and to make sure that your business contacts get the real emails that you send, not fake ones. Now, this doesn't apply to just regular mail, it applies to marketing emails too. So if you regularly send bulk emails, additionally, you need to take note, because if your bulk emails go to accounts ending in gmail.com, googlemail.com, yahoo.com, ymail.com, or you contact work or school accounts that are on Google Workspace, or if you're sending out more than 5,000 emails from your domain per day, you have to do this. Now, it's worth noting all emails count towards the daily volume, whether they're marketing or transactional. So, from the 1st of February, for bulk senders, you will be required to authenticate your email, like I've just touched upon. You have to have an easy unsubscription option. You shouldn't have to jump through hoops to stop receiving unwanted messages from a particular email sender. It should just take 1 click. So, Google are requiring that large senders give Gmail recipients the ability to unsubscribe from commercial email in 1 click, and that they process the unsubscription requests within 2 days. Now, these requirements have been built on open standards, so once senders implement them, everyone who uses email will benefit. You also need to ensure that you're sending wanted email. Nobody likes spam. Gmail already includes many tools that keep unwanted messages out of your inbox. To add further protection moving forward, Google are going to enforce a clear spam rate threshold that senders must stay under to ensure that Gmail recipients aren't bombarded with unwanted messages. This is an industry first, and as a result, in theory, you should see even less spam in your inbox if you're a Gmail user or a Yahoo user. Now, failure to comply with these will mean that more of your email will be caught by spam filters or just undelivered. Becoming compliant, it can be quite simple. Ensure you're using an email platform for your bulk emails that gives you that easy unsubscribe option. MailerLite or HubSpot are a couple of options. dmarc compliance is also quite simple too. Your IT person or your IT department should be able to help you with this at very little expense. And if they can't help, let me know and I'll help you out. That's it for Brain Dump. Nice and quick this week. It's time for the tip. a tip of the episode. Tip time! I want you to go and check your email authentication score. Simple. There is a widget on my website where you can type in your domain and it will give you a score out of 10. Anything below an 8 means that there is work to do. And it will give you a traffic light report, like the one on screen, showing you progress of your compliance. Not sure how to improve these scores? Again, get in touch and I can give you pointers or do it for you. Now, this isn't really important moving into 2024. It's important now. Email authenticity matters just as much at the start of 2023 as it does now, and as it is going to in the future. But so many businesses don't see its importance because it's not front of mind or seen as a core element of the business. It really, really is. Because if you can't send emails to prospects and clients come February, you're going to be on the back foot. That's it. Here we are once again at the end of another episode of the IT Smart Guy podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you found this episode informative, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the next episode, which is going to be the last one before Christmas. 2023 has gone in a flash, right? Now, I do have that one small favour to ask. If you've enjoyed the episode, even if you haven't, drop a review or a comment. Let me know. Because I can't get any better, and I'm just going to keep pushing this stuff out, and it's not going to get any better. If you haven't already, give us a like and a subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. As I've said at the start, I've been Tony, the IT Smart Guy, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for listening to the IT Smart Guy podcast. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please do consider to like and subscribe on your podcast platform of choice.